Bismillah Rahman Rahim. First of all, thank you very much, all of you, for joining us in this first webinar. जैसा कि मैंने आपसे पहले भी मैसेजेस में कम्युनिकेट किया कि ये जो क्राइसिस की सिचुएशन जा रही है, इसमें हर कोई अपने अपनी जगह पे परेशान है कि हाउ टू डील विद दिस सिचुएशन राइट नाउ एंड व्हाट विल हैपन आफ्टरवर्ड व्हेन द सिचुएशन विल सेटल डाउन. तो काफ़ी कंफ्यूजन है इंडस्ट्री के स्टेक होल्डर्स में, स्पेशली अमंग द प्राइवेट सेक्टर, बिकॉज उनका डायरेक्टली जो बिजनेस स्टेक है वो बहुत बुरी तरह अफेक्ट हुआ है. टूर ऑपरेटर, होटलियर्स, ट्रैवल एजेंट्स, transport service provider, tour guides, even the grassroots level service provider, porter और दीगर जो लोग हैं सब के सब वो अफेक्ट हुए हैं. तो हमने ये सोचा कि हम क्यों ना एक डायलॉग का प्रोसेस शुरू करें ताकि मैक्सिमम लोगों को इसमें अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले पार्टिसिपेट करने की. तो एक सीरीज ऑफ वेबिनार्स और पैनल डिस्कशंस को प्लान किया गया है और वो मुख्तलिफ लेवल के ऊपर आज से शुरू हो रही हैं. आज ये पहला वेबिनार है. इसके बाद 20 तारीख को पाकिस्तान टूर ऑपरेटर एसोसिएशन के साथ है, फिर 22 तारीख को गिलगित बल्तिस्तान टूर ऑपरेटर के साथ है, उसके बाद होटल एसोसिएशन है उनके साथ है. तो ये सीरीज आगे चलती जाएगी ताकि लार्जर नंबर ऑफ कंसल्टेशन को हम इसमें बातचीत में शामिल कर सकें. तो ये बेसिकली जो आज का जो टॉपिक है इसमें आपने देखा होगा हमारे साथ जो पैनलिस्ट जिन्होंने ज्वाइन किया है इस वक्त वो हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं. दे ऑल आर वेरी experienced people in this tourism industry और कई सालों का उनका एक्सपीरियंस है. अच्छे बुरे तमाम हालात अब तक पाकिस्तान के देखते रहे हैं. हमारे साथ शिराज पूंजा हैं, वन ऑफ द पायनियर टूर ऑपरेटर ऑफ पाकिस्तान. सितारा ट्रैवल्स इस वक्त कनाडा में मौजूद है और इनका काफ़ी इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर है. हमारे साथ सलमान जावेद साहब हैं, PIA के साथ मैनेजर टूर ऑपरेशन भी रहे हैं. ही इज़ अ COO of Khyber International. He is also chairman of Federation of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and Industry Standing Committee on Tourism and Economy. फिर हमारे साथ एयर वाइस मार्शल एजाज मलिक साहब हैं. इन्होंने काफ़ी पाकिस्तान में ट्रैवल किया है. एयरफोर्स के अंदर होने की वजह से नॉर्दर्न एरिया को बहुत अच्छा समझते हैं. डिज़ास्टर मैनेजमेंट के शोबों में काम कर चुके हैं. तो ये भी एक किस्म का डिज़ास्टर है. इसके बारे में इनकी राय हमारे लिए बहुत कारआमद होगी कि किस तरह इस डिज़ास्टर में से निकलना है. तैयब सैयद हैं जो कि कारवान लीडर्स के मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं, वेरी एक्सपीरियंस एडवेंचर एंड कल्चर टूर ऑपरेटर इन पाकिस्तान. अमजद अयूब हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं जो कि वेरी सीनियर टूर ऑपरेटर एज वेल एज अ होटलियर राइट नाउ. वो हुंजा में है, वहाँ से ज्वाइन करेंगे. कुछ उन्होंने कहा कि इंटरनेट का इशू है. एनीवे जैसे ही वो ज्वाइन करते हैं उनको भी हम ऑनलाइन ले लेंगे. एंड देयर आर अदर पीपल एज वेल विद अस ऑन द लिस्ट जो कि सुन रहे हैं, और बाकी लोग इस रिकॉर्डेड कन्वर्सेशन को बाद में हमारा जो सोशल मीडिया नेटवर्क है उसके ज़रिए भी सुन सकेंगे. और ये आपकी जो बातचीत है आज की, ये जो PTDC और NTCB के पॉलिसी मेकिंग के जो लोग हैं उन तक भी जाएगी. सो वेलकम ऑल द पैनलिस्ट, और आप सबको आपने टाइम निकाला आज की इस गुफ्तगू में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए. तो हम शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहले कि ये जो कोविड-19 का सिनेरियो है जिसने पूरी दुनिया के इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी को डिस्टर्ब किया है, और ख़ास तौर पे जो टूरिज़्म का शोबा है, जैसा कि आप सब लोग जानते हैं, वो सबसे ज़्यादा डिस्टर्ब शोबों में गिना जाता है, बल्कि टॉप ऑफ द लिस्ट है, क्योंकि बिल्कुल एकदम लोगों की मूवमेंट रुक गई है. तो जो UNWTO है उन्होंने भी फोरकास्ट किया है कि जो ये साल हमारा है 2020 का, ये वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद दिस इज़ द वर्स्ट ईयर फॉर द ग्लोबल टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री एज वेल, क्योंकि इतने बुरे हालात कभी नहीं हुए. ऑल्दो 9/11 का इवेंट हुआ, सार्स वायरस का हुआ, ग्लोबल रिसेशन का हुआ, लेकिन इस तरह की क्राइसिस कभी भी हमें फेस करना नहीं पड़ा. और उसी क्राइसिस की वजह से ऑब्वियसली पाकिस्तान की भी टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री जो कि पहले ही अपने बहुत बेसिक लेवल पे थी, वो भी इफेक्ट हुई है. तो हमें अभी ये देखना है कि हम, क्योंकि दुनिया में आप देख रहे हैं बहुत कोशिशें हो रही हैं कि किस तरह से हम अपने आप को इस बुरे हालात में सबसे पहले तो सर्वाइव कर पाएंगे. फिर उस सर्वाइवल के बाद जब ये हालात ठीक होते हैं तो किस तरह हम अपने आप को एक अच्छे टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन के तौर पे दुनिया के सामने पेश करेंगे कि लोगों का कॉन्फिडेंस बहाल हो और वो पाकिस्तान आना शुरू हो जाए, क्योंकि सिनेरियो ने लोगों के माइंडसेट में सेफ्टी, हाइजीन और क्लीनलीनेस के हवाले से बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्शियसनेस पैदा कर दी है। तो पाकिस्तान में उसके लिहाज से भी वो तैयारी का लेवल पहले नहीं था और अभी मज़ीद चैलेंजिंग हो जाएगा, तो उसके बारे में हमें तैयार होने की भी ज़रूरत है। तो ये जो चैलेंजेस है हमारे सामने, इसको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए हम अपनी जो है आज की गुफ्तगू को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। तो सबसे पहला तो जो मेरा क्वेश्चन होगा वो शिराज साहब से होगा, बिकॉज़ वो खुद एक ऐसे मुल्क में बैठे हैं जहाँ पे बहुत सारा टूरिज़्म होता है और वो खुद भी दुनिया के मुख्तलिफ मुल्कों में टूर ऑपरेशन पाकिस्तान के साथ-साथ करते हैं। तो मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा कि वो किस तरह देख रहे हैं कि ये जो प्रेज़ेंट सिचुएशन है, कि दुनिया क्या इस वक़्त क्या इक़दामात कर रही है कि वो अपने आप के टूरिज़्म इंडस्ट्री के स्टेक होल्डर को सस्टेन भी कर सके और आइंदा जो जब कोविड के हालात में से हम निकलते हैं, तो बेहतर तरीके से हम तैयार होके आगे बढ़ सकें। तो आई थिंक शिराज साहब इसके बारे में अपनी राय देंगे तो हम फिर मज़ीद आगे बढ़ेंगे। जी शिराज साहब।
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Can you tell others to come on the camera? Because I think they are
Yes,
listening
I
to
think
us.
I request all the participants to please switch on your cameras and keep your mic on mute. Yes, so that we could see
Okay.
most of you on the yes.
Shiraz, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
can.
Yeah.
Good. Salman, I can hear you.
And you can see me?
Yeah, I can see you very well. Nice and clear.
You have grown younger.
Oh, okay. Doing nothing.
So we carry on with the topic. Okay, Shiraz sir.
Now, the thing is that only yesterday I got what do you call an email from an tour operator who had given us about 6 bookings for 2021. You know, and he was very much determined to sell Pakistan. And what happened was with this, he wrote to me asking me that why there has been a sudden rise of coronavirus and this thing, pandemic in Pakistan, and how would we sell, because if there's so much of a negative media going on. This is my first thing, that before we discuss on points, which I have made certain points, starting from issuing visas on arrival and what to be done, I've got them done up so that everybody could listen on that. The media needs to be done positive for Pakistan. Unfortunately, we have very, very negative media, and people are looking at Pakistan. वैसे भी Pakistan को problem है media का. Now on tourism, which is last on the line to come up, and a tourist would only come, I mean, on tourism when he has got extra money or he would need to want to get out. So the media has to be strong. And no insurance companies will allow their tourists to go to a country whose media is bad, you see. And these tourists do not travel without insurance. So the first and the priority is our media should be very positive. I mean, they could write about coronavirus or what's going on in the country, but that should be within the lines, not as a heading कि openly बता दे रहे कि भाई इतने के लिए ये हो गया वो हो गया. That frightens everybody, you see. And this is what I would suggest, that the media should be asked कि भाई रेम करो, say something about positive also within the thing, not that we are facing so much crisis. And ठीक है, हो गया जो हो रहा है कि वो लॉकडाउन खुल गया था और with ईद की वजह and whatever, but it is going bad. Now this guy asked me, and he was showing his concern. Okay, how would I do, or how would I sell your country if you have got this thing? And then I had to explain him, of course, we're taking our interest into this thing. Okay, bhai, there is this thing, but unfortunately people went out and it was whatever. But let's go with the media. The media should be involved in Aftab Saab in one of your discussions. You know, they should be.
That's one aspect. Media ka role is not that positive.
बहुत बड़ा.
Yeah.
बहुत बड़ा, because they are the spokesman for us. You see, before we people come in, our interest, country's interest, but pila media to clear hona chahiye. You see, and then I will go, as you asked me, I've got the visa ke baare mein, how should be given, what should be done, arrival pe kya hona chahiye, yes thing. I made quite a certain few points which I want to discuss as we go on. You are asking questions and I will put in my feedback into it. So
Shiraj,
let's play with the media first.
For example, कनाडा में वहाँ पे क्या आप क्या देखते हैं कि वहाँ पे इस सिचुएशन में से गुजरते हुए क्या उन्होंने टूरिज्म खोल दिया है वहाँ पे या खोला है तो किस तरह से खोला है क्या कोई बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस है जिसको हम अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं हुकूमती फैसले या इसके लिहाज
good. Yaha, we have not been controlled because people are following SOP, you see. And everybody is following. We have been told to distance, fine. We have been told to wear mask. We do wear masks and go out. Some people do not, but then there is distancing everywhere, even in outside shops or restaurants or anywhere. We are told to wait for our turn or something. Some of the people do not want to open the establishment because they cannot afford lesser amount of people. You see, when they've got a big establishment, they cannot put only lesser. Every table has been this thing. So people are following it. So they have not blocked us. People are allowed to go to the park or somewhere. But then everybody is following the SOP rules. This way, it shows that we are not being pushed around. There is no cops around to tell you. But it keeps on selling on the media that please follow it or वरना बंद हो जाएगा. ठीक है ना? वरना ये lockdown हो जाएगा. But tourism in Canada has opened up in quite a nice speed. You see, people are going in their transport and these things. Domestic flights have started, you see, with their own segregation of sitting and all these things. But people are very determined that they want the country to open up. So that's why they are following all the rules. वो bypass नहीं कर रहे rules को.
The most important is कि जो SOPs हैं, rules हैं, उनको strictly follow करें. तो tourism जो है इन बुरे हालात में भी चल सकता है. आपके कहने की बात ये है.
Yes, it can work to a limited, yes, but वो शुरू हो जाएंगे, it will start. But if we were to follow and people felt safe, I mean, we are interested in Pakistan opening for tourism from the outside world. They will only come if we are following it ourselves, if we are showing the discipline within our country itself. They would not come that they're saying, okay, ye ho raha hai, dekho badh gaya. Why this guy, a foreigner, looking at our media and saying, ke bhai, aapke yahan to increase ho gaya hai. And that looks very negative.
So, may I?
Yes. Annie, I will take questions after the one round of panel people, and then we will take more questions from the other side. What do you suggest for Pakistan? What should be the strategy to reopen tourism in this scenario? हमें क्या करना चाहिए? आप क्या suggest करते हैं?
यही तो मैंने कहा था ने फर्स्ट इज अवर मीडिया फिर
बाद में जो ठीक है एक तो हम ये कर सकते हैं कि yes media is always in hype creating but what we can do at least we can improve our presence in media tourism के talk shows के ऊपर हम लोगों को ले जाएं वो ज्यादा बात करें tourism के बारे में positive angle से I think इसको तो कम से कम हम करवा सकते हैं बाकी मीडिया ने तो आपको पता है हर चीज में नेगेटिव चीज ढूंढनी होती है एक दवाई को पकड़ लेंगे उसको इतना ले जाएंगे ऊपर के वो मार्केट से गायब हो जाएगी फिर उसकी प्राइस आसमान पे पहुंच जाएगी
they are doing their work you know and the problem is that
but your point is very valid I think हमें अपनी presence को मीडिया में बढ़ाना चाहिए so that जो correct information है वो हम लोगों को दे सकें ये तो हो गई इसके अलावा क्या आपके ज़हन में आइडिया है जो हमें करना चाहिए कि हम टूरिज्म को सॉफ्टली ओपन कर सकें पाकिस्तान
Well, let people come out and start traveling. But then again, if अगर जैसे ईद की वजह से लॉकडाउन खोला गया था and it started increasing so much and then it became so negative, unfortunately. So ये बात है. We have to have discipline. This is the thing. What I believe is that you can only sell a product if there's a good marketing for it.
Can we recommend something like we can to start with in the first phase? We can open a tour operated by the registered tour operators.
No. That comes later. Yeah, that comes later. You see, but we have to have something to start with. Why would somebody wants to go to a country where there are problems? Okay. You know, me and you would not go there if there are problems. So try to this thing. Let's follow something. We don't want to go to an area which has got problem or a country which has got problem. You see, so let's have it this way. And then if the airline starts coming in, it's a very positive image of a country when the airline starts coming in. You see, any airline. So we know that they are coming now. Not everybody would want to follow flying by PIE or something. They want to follow with other airlines also. But if it is positive, they'll start operating and coming here.
Okay.
So what I suggest is that if we give a broad, big aspect with whoever are the stakeholders in tourism, tour operators, hoteliers, restaurants, and everybody, to show that yes, we are open for tourism and things are being controlled and being followed.
Right.
See?
Right. Okay.
Then we
So
come up
yeah.
that what points I've written in regards to post-COVID care, personal care, and all these things that can come in as it is when we start discussing further.
Right. Fully understand. I'll come back to you again. Ijaz Malik साहब, आप disaster management की भी महारत रखते हैं और इस पे काम भी कर चुके हैं. अब this is a crisis situation right now. और आप tourism को भी समझते हैं. तो आप क्या feel करते हैं कि इस disaster में जो अभी चल रहा है पूरे country में, tourism को किस तरह open किया जा सकता है? किया जा भी सकता है कि नहीं, या अगर करें तो क्या steps follow करने चाहिए? मैं इसके बारे में आपकी opinion जानना चाहूँगा.
Definitely, ji, we have to do it. It is just a question of matter of time, whether this is the current season or next season, inshallah, we have to do it. This is an enormous challenge, and we have to see the what part of the doables. I think everybody knows best practices, SOPs. In our environment, I think the issue is of how part, the compliance part, because our destinations, they are per se, they are probably not equipped for the time being to ensure safety and to ensure that a sustainable tourism can be taken up. Once we say sustainable tourism, it is not the classic environment-friendly tourism, but it is a change in social behavior and then economic activity. So in all these three domains, we need to think first, strategize, and then all stakeholders should be on board. And I think, as Shiraz Sahab has mentioned, definitely Pakistan is a case scenario where perception management is an issue. We had this issue once we were having our security environment. Security environment were bad, but they were shown as worst because of the mismanagement on media. So now I think we should, as you mentioned, that we should maybe get some time on state TV first to start with, and then make some partnerships with other channels. Maybe we can involve PAMRA in it through some government, federal government assistance. And we must have a regular air time from our channels where we can show the positivity of our tourism industry. Luckily, very recently, a pure tourism channel has been approved. Hopefully, it will be starting to operate from 14th of August. So it will have a 24/7 exclusive promotion of Pakistan tourism. So I think we need to work a lot on media. And your question regarding phases, I think it has to be regulated in phases. Otherwise, you can't entertain a crowd because the destination will not have capacity and we will not be able to ensure compliance. I think we can select based on the data available which destinations are least affected for the time being, go there, ensure certain steps as per the SOPs which you have recently formulated from NTCB, and ensure that those properties, they are well equipped, they're all personnel, they are well trained, and then only those selected districts, let's say in case of Swat, we can start maybe in AJK and in GB. A very good example is of tourism activity after the security environment, once we revived Swat Valley, over there, nobody was willing. There was so much of security concern, safety concern. So all the stakeholder of the industry, they were briefed, they were brought on board by the, at that time, mostly it was supported by army. So people, we had to take certain confidence building measures, wherein, because for the first phase, I think the first season, it will be domestic tourists that we should be focusing. And once the activities start to flourish, and through then regular media campaigning, then we can brand Pakistan for the international tourist. Unless we have local tourists going in there, probably it will be very difficult for the international tourists to think Pakistan as a safe destination.
Right, right. Thank you, Malik sir. I'll come back to you again. Salman Javed sahab hamare saath hai. Salman sahab is also linked with the aviation industry. He has worked with PIA. He's working with, I think, Korean Airlines right now also. Salman sahab, what do you think? Jo Shiraz ne bhi baat ki, jo connectivity hai, international connectivity of Pakistan by air right now is very fragile. Special flights ही सिर्फ चल रही हैं और उनमें भी आई थिंक वो वन वे ट्रैफिक है, टू वे ट्रैफिक नहीं है. तो आपका आप क्या समझते हैं कि ये जो सिनेरियो अभी बना है, ये कब तक रिकवरी में आएगा और जो नॉर्मल ट्रैफिक जैसे पहले थी हम उसकी तरफ बढ़ पाएंगे? क्योंकि जब तक वो नहीं होगा, फॉरेन टूरिज्म की आमद नहीं होगी. तो उसमें भी आप जरा ये भी बताइएगा कि आप क्या सेफ्टी और सिक्योरिटी के इश्यूज को क्या देखते हैं जो एविएशन से रिलेटेड है? अभी भी वो कह रहे हैं कि हम फ्लाइट्स ऑन करेंगे बट 14 दिन का क्वारंटाइन गुजारना पड़ेगा जो लोग आएंगे. तो ये किस तरह होगा? थोड़ा जरा इस पे भी रोशनी डालिएगा सलमान जावेद साहब.
जी, बहुत शुक्रिया आफ्ताब राना साहब कि आपने मुझे दावत दी और आपने मेरा बहुत अच्छा तारीफ कराया. उसमें शायद एक बात आप भूल गए कि मैं साबिक मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर भी हूँ पाकिस्तान टूरिज्म डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन का, और जिसके लिए आई एम वेरी प्राउड ऑफ. जो हमारे दोनों पैनलिस्ट ने बातें की, बहुत उम्दा बातें की, और मैं आता हूँ आपके जो स्पेसिफिक सवाल है उसकी तरफ. उससे पहले मैं ये अर्ज करना चाहूँगा कि अगर आपको याद हो, कई साल पहले हमने आपने मिल के मौजूदा जो नेशनल टूरिज्म बोर्ड बनाया, इसका कॉन्सेप्ट पेपर बनाया था. वो पहला कॉन्सेप्ट पेपर था जो हम लोगों ने दिया था, और उस पर काफी पूरी इंडस्ट्री ने काम किया था, एकेडमिया ने, ट्रैवल एजेंट्स ने, आपने जाती तौर पे, मैंने. और उसमें हमने बहुत जोर दिया था इस बात पे कि नेशनल टूरिज्म बोर्ड जो हो उसमें एक बहुत ही अच्छा रिसर्च विंग होना जरूरी है, क्योंकि जितने भी आपने अभी सवालात किए हैं वो सब स्टेम करते हैं फ्रॉम वेरी गुड मार्केट रिसर्च. अगर वो बन जाए तो इन सब की बार बार पूछने की जरूरत ही ना हो. अब मसलन मैं समझता हूँ कि इससे पहले कि हम आगे बढ़ें, हमें बहुत जरूरी है कि एक स्टडी कराई जाए, और इसकी स्टैटिस्टिक्स फेडरल ब्यूरो ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स में मौजूद होंगी कि पाकिस्तान में हाउस होल्ड जो है, क्योंकि अभी एवीएम साहब ने जिक्र किया डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म का, और मैं समझता हूँ ये बड़ी सही बात है कि सबसे पहले हमें जोर देना चाहिए डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म पे. तो हाउस होल्ड स्पेंडिंग टूरिज्म पे कितनी है, ये ब्यूरो से हमें ये स्टैटिस्टिक्स लेनी चाहिए, और उसमें फिर रीजनल ब्रेकअप लें कि पंजाब है, सिंध है, या इस्लामाबाद है, या बलूचिस्तान है, वहां से हर रीजन में, और फिर बड़ी बड़ी सिटी से क्या स्पेंडिंग है ऑन टूरिज्म, और जीडीपी का नेशनल इनकम में टूरिज्म का क्या पार्ट है, ये तो फिगर अवेलेबल है, क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन है, और गालिबन स्टेट बैंक के पास भी ये फिगर्स होंगी कि फॉरेन एक्सचेंज अर्निंग में क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन है. उसके बाद हम उसमें ये देखें उस स्टडी में कि जो जा रहे हैं टूरिस्ट वो किस किस्म की एकोमोडेशन जो है इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. प्राइवेट बसेस से जा रहे हैं, कारों से जा रहे हैं, बाई एयर जा रहे हैं, रेल से जा रहे हैं, या किसी और जरिए से जा रहे हैं. और फिर ये कि वो जो ठहरते हैं, टाइप ऑफ एकोमोडेशन 5 स्टार है, गेस्ट हाउसेज हैं, या घरों में जिस तरह आजाद कश्मीर में नीलम वैली में लोग जाके हाउस गेस्ट हो जाते हैं, फिर जो वो खाना खा रहे हैं, ढाबों में खा रहे हैं या रेस्टोरेंट में खा रहे हैं, ये सब बहुत जरूरी है ताकि एक मीनिंगफुल स्टडी हमारे पास हो। और वरना होता ये है कि हम हर 10 साल बाद एक स्टडी बनाते हैं, एक कंसल्टेंट को बाहर से गोरे को बुला लेते हैं, वो एक किताब बना के चला जाता है और हम खुश हो जाते हैं, लेकिन हमारे अपने पास प्रोफेशनल्स मौजूद हैं। और अगर ये जो बोर्ड बना है जिस तरह हमने और आपने सोचा था, अभी तक तो उस तरह बना नहीं है, अल्लाह करे बन जाए, हमारी ख्वाहिश है ये। और बहुत खुशी है कि आप जैसे और कई यंग प्रोफेशनल्स अब आगे आए हैं जो बिल्कुल जाती फायदे से हट के बड़ा अपनी तौर पे कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, जो इस वक्त पैनलिस्ट में भी मौजूद हैं। तब जाके ये एक सही स्टडी बनेगी और उससे हम अपना काम शुरू करें। रही बात हमारी अब जो है, अच्छा, नेशनल टूरिज्म कोऑर्डिनेशन बोर्ड में भी एक बात ये, क्योंकि उसके चेयरमैन मैंने सुना है, इस रिकॉर्डिंग को सुनेंगे, कि जो बोर्ड तो बन गया लेकिन एक प्रोविंस जो है सिंध की, जो हमें बहुत प्यारी है, वो उसमें एक्टिव नहीं है। तो जब हम बात करते हैं, बड़ी सख्त जरूरत है, जो मैंने और आपने लिखा था और अहमद शफीक साहब भी इन्वॉल्व हुए थे, कि जब तक हम टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री को रेगुलेट नहीं करेंगे हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते। अभी मैं आगे इस पे आऊंगा, अपनी गुजारिशात पेश करूंगा, माय सबमिशंस बिफोर यू। तो रेगुलेशन बहुत जरूरी है। हर एक डार्क क्लाउड के साथ एक सिल्वर लाइनिंग होती है। शायद ये कोरोना के साथ ये सिल्वर लाइनिंग है कि हमारी इंडस्ट्री को, लोकल को टाइम मिल गया है कि हम अपनी रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क को बना सकें, उसके लिए लोगों को ट्रेन कर सकें, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को अगर कोई ठोक पीट करके करना है, क्योंकि बिल्कुल लोग खाली बैठे हैं, तो वो सब कर सकें। ये 6 महीने बड़े आइडियल है, अल्लाह करे ज्यादा लंबा ना हो, क्योंकि मैन पावर डेवलपमेंट बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की। मैं तो पर्सनली समझता हूँ, जब मैं एयरलाइन में भी था, कि अगर आपके पास अच्छे लोग हैं, ट्रेंड है, इस वक्त हमारे पास यूथ बल्ज है, लोग मौजूद हैं, आप जैसे ट्रेनर, जो मुझे बड़ी खुशी होती है, मैं सलाम करता हूँ। और आपको खुश करने के लिए नहीं, फैक्ट है कि आप छोटी छोटी जगहों में जाते हैं, वहां पे चित्राल में जाते हैं और ग्रास रूट पे ट्रेन करते हैं और जील से करते हैं, डिटरमिनेशन से। वो दूसरी एक बच्ची है सदफ, वो करती है, ये पूंजा साहब लगे। तो ये इस टाइम को हम उसके लिए यूज करें, रिसर्च एंड देन डेवलपमेंट। उसके बाद आ गई आपका सवाल स्पेसिफिक के क्या कहते हैं। अब देखें ना, अगर हमें ये पता लग जाए कि जो ज्यादा जा रहे थे टूरिस्ट डोमेस्टिक में, और आप 3 साल पहले मुजफ्फराबाद में एक सेमिनार में थे जो आपने होस्ट किया था और बहुत अच्छा था, फर्स्ट टाइम पता लगा था कि उस साल 15 लाख डोमेस्टिक टूरिस्ट गए थे आजाद कश्मीर, और लगभग यही फिगर नॉर्दर्न एरिया में था, जो आप रोशनी डाल सकेंगे कि वो और बढ़ गया होगा। और जैसे एयर वाइस मार्शल साहब ने बहुत सही इशारा दिया कि सबसे पहले हमें डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म पे जोर देना है, उसके बाद फिर हम फर्दर सेगमेंटेशन पे जाएं। तो उसके लिए भी तैयारी पूरी हो हर सेगमेंट के लिए, कि कौन से हैं जो 3 या 4 स्टार में जाते हैं, कौन से हाउसों में गेस्ट रहते हैं। ये सब जब तक सामने फिगर्स नहीं होगी, अब जमाना ऐसा आ गया है, तो आगे जो है वो सिर्फ नशिस्तन गुफ्तन बर्खास्तन होगी। कमिंग बैक कि किस तरह हम ओपन करें, ओपनिंग के लिए तो बेस्ट ये होगा कि वो वाले सेगमेंट्स जो सबसे सारे फहरिस्त एडवेंचर है, उनमें भी माउंटेनियरिंग है, कि जो कि बहुत ज्यादा जिनको कि जरूरत नहीं होती इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की और बहुत रेगुलेटरी होने की जरूरत है जरूर अपनी जगह, लाइक पोर्टर्स की ट्रेनिंग वगैरह वगैरह। लेकिन इस कोरोना के दौर में सबसे पहले मैं समझता हूँ जो हमें जोर देना चाहिए कि जितना स्टाफ इन्वॉल्व है, एयरपोर्ट इमिग्रेशन से लेके, कस्टम से लेके, टैक्सी ड्राइवर से लेके, जहां तक वो जा रहे हैं, हर एक ट्रेंड हो। और ये शॉर्ट कोर्सेज हो सकते हैं, बड़ी बात नहीं है। परसों आप ही ने हमको एक ऑडियो भेजा था, वीडियो, कि टर्की में उन्होंने किस तरह इस्तांबुल एयरपोर्ट को कोरोना से बचने के तदाबीर ऑलरेडी अडॉप्ट कर ली। यही हाल एमिरेट्स एयरलाइन ने किया है, चेक इन से लेके इन फ्लाइट तक सारा। तो ये बड़ी जल्दी तैयारी करने की जरूरत है। अनफॉर्चुनेटली नेशनल टूरिज्म कोऑर्डिनेशन बोर्ड को ये क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं है, ये एक तजवीज़ है कि उसमें एयरलाइंस का भी कोई ना कोई, या तो बोर्ड ऑफ एयरलाइन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है उनका नुमाइंदा हो, या जो भी है कि, और सब लोगों को अब इस पे बहुत जल्दी जल्दी मेजर जो लेने हैं एयरपोर्ट से लेके डेस्टिनेशन तक वो होने चाहिए। मास्क वेयरिंग अभी तक जो है वो बहुत ही कम हद तक जो है लोगों में आया है, या और हैंड क्लीनिंग है, ये सब हमको इस दौरान ट्रेनिंग देनी होगी और सब लग जाएंगे। और उसके बाद आप सेगमेंट माउंटेनियरिंग से शुरू करें। रिलीजियस इज अनदर वन, जो इतने फास्टिडियस नहीं होते। एक बड़ा अच्छा प्रोडक्ट आपने बड़ा खर्चा करके, जिससे जो शिराज पूंजा ने कहा कि हमें पॉजिटिव इमेज मिला है, वो जो हमने सिख वाला खोला है, लेकिन वो भी सुने अभी रुका हुआ है इंडिया की वजह से कि वहां से कोरोना ना आ जाए। तो वही एक इतना बड़ा पॉजिटिव इमेज दिया था जब हमने वो खोला करतारपुर। सेकंड सिख हम आ जाए रिलीजियस पे, और जो मेडिकल टूरिज्म है जिससे अफगानिस्तान से लोग आते हैं या थोड़े बहुत ईरान से आते हैं, या इसी तरह जो नेबरिंग बिल्कुल हैं, इस तरह हम सेगमेंट वाइज खोलें। वरना जो अभी शायद दोनों पैनलिस्ट में किसी ने कहा कि हमने इस तरह किया कि बंद को एकदम खोला जैसे ईद पे हुआ, उससे और बढ़ गया, ये चीज ना हो। तो जहां तक आपने सवाल किया, अभी एक सिविल एविएशन में मीटिंग हुई थी, उन्होंने तमाम एयरलाइंस को ये कहा था कि ये ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड है कि हो सकता है कि एक हफ्ते के अंदर वो सबको लिमिटेड, लाइक रिस्ट्रिक्टेड नंबर नहीं बताऊंगा, कि एक्स नंबर ऑफ फ्लाइट्स पर वीक वो इनबाउंड एंड आउटबाउंड अलाउ कर दें, और लोगों ने अपने शेड्यूल फाइल भी कर दिए।
ठीक है।
उससे पहले उन्होंने 30 तारीख से शुरू किया था, सिर्फ आउटबाउंड अलाउ किया था, जिसमें गल्फ एयर ने एडवर्टाइज भी कर दिया था, लेकिन फ्लाइटें कैंसिल हो रही थी कि लोड बिल्डअप नहीं हो रहा था। तो अभी भी हमें देखना होगा, इसलिए कि उन्होंने ये शर्त रखी है कि जिस एयरलाइन जहां जाएगी, वहां की लैंडिंग जहां होगी, वो कंट्री पाकिस्तान से आने वाले मुसाफिरों के लिए क्या कंडीशन लगाती है। आया वो ये कंडीशन लगाती है कि एक सीट छोड़ के बैठ के आए केबिन में, या बराबर बैठ के आए। इट विल ऑल डिपेंड ऑन द रिसीविंग डेस्टिनेशन, यानी डेस्टिनेशन जो है। तो एयरलाइन खुल जाएंगी, क्योंकि सिविल एविएशन को भी और कंट्री को रेवेन्यू की जरूरत है, जिस तरह टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री को जरूरत है। हमारे हजारों लोग इसमें एम्प्लॉयड हैं जो खाली बैठे हैं, लेकिन हमें बहुत सिस्टमेटिकली सबसे पहले, अगर गवर्नमेंट को कोई ईयर मार्क कर सकती है पैसा, उनके पास खुद कमी है फंड्स की, लेकिन कोई ट्रेनिंग के लिए जेन्युइनली अगर हम कोई क्रैश प्रोग्राम ट्रेनिंग दें, और उसमें वॉलंटियर, मैं तैयार हूं, मैं खाली एवीएम साहब होंगे और जो भी होंगे, आप खुद लीडर हो इस फील्ड में, और इसको बड़े सिंसियरली जितना जल्दी हो करें। उसके बाद जब रेडी हो जाए तब खोलें, वरना अगर खोल के फिर बंद करना पड़ा, और जो उससे कहा एग्री के पॉजिटिव इमेज हमारा था शुरू में कि हमारे यहाँ कम शरह थी, लेकिन एकदम बढ़ गई, तो उसको भी कंट्रोल करना है। लेकिन शुरू में आप स्लोली जाइए, और माउंटेनियरिंग, ट्रैकिंग, उसके बाद रिलीजियस, और उसके साथ साथ फिर आप ट्रेनिंग देते रहे, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट। और जो आपकी फाउंडेशन ने और आप ही के इस इदारे ने, मुझे याद है, एक सोचा था कि एक हम फंड लॉन्च करें, जिस तरह एहसास प्रोग्राम का है। हमारे जो पोर्टर्स हैं, लेबर जो नॉर्दर्न एरिया में काम कर रहे हैं, मेरा ख्याल है चेयरमैन एनटीसीबी जो हैं वो बहुत इफेक्टिव हैं, यंग हैं, रिसोर्सफुल हैं, वो भी चेयरमैन एहसास प्रोग्राम से बात करेंगे। जिस तरह रेलवे मिनिस्टर ने 1400 कुलियों के लिए एहसास प्रोग्राम से पैसा ईयरमार्क कराया था, हमारे इन लोगों के लिए नॉर्दर्न एरियाज में या एजीके में जो जेन्युइन है, उनके लिए भी कोई ना कोई थोड़ा सा कोई स्टाइपेंड मिल जाए। और साथ में ये मैं समझता हूँ कि जो हमारे फॉरेन मिशंस हैं, वो जो हैं, फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने कहा भी था कि वो अब टूरिज्म डिप्लोमेसी लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं, और मुझे डायरेक्टर जनरल फॉरेन ऑफिस ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट ने कहा भी था। तो फॉरेन हमारे जो मिशंस हैं जो ऑलरेडी काफी काम कर रहे हैं रिपैट्रिएशन में, उनको चाहिए कि वो भी इसके लिए और ज्यादा, जो पूजा साहब ने कहा कि इस पे दें, तवज्जो दें। हम ये किया करते थे कि फैमिलियराइजेशन ट्रिप्स बुलाते थे नोटेबल टूर ऑपरेटर्स और ट्रैवल राइटर्स का, वो अभी रिलक्टेंट होंगे आने में। जब हमारी क्रिकेट टीम के बहुत से मेंबर रिलक्टेंट है यूके जाने में, तो जाहिर है वो भी, लेकिन जितने से ज्यादा हो सकता है हम ब्लॉगिंग। और बड़ा अच्छा हुआ था कि जब वीजा आपने ओपन करवाए थे तो एक पॉजिटिव इमेज दिया था और काफी ब्लॉगर्स आए थे और अराइवल्स शुरू हो गई थी कुछ ना कुछ। तो उसको रिवाइव करना है, सबने मिलके करना है, लेकिन सिस्टमेटिकली करना है। और ये जो मैंने शुरू में कहा, रिसर्च बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है और इनको चाहिए कि रिसर्च विंग अपना स्टैब्लिश करें। अगर ये जनरल मैनेजर मार्केटिंग पीटीडीसी सुन रहे हैं, सब काम छोड़ छाड़ के ये पहले इसकी तरफ तवज्जो दें। उसमें भैया इसके कोई भारी बाहर से कंसल्टेंट लाएं, यूएनडीपी ने अगर कोई की मनी दिया है उसको करके, और अपना एक विंग बनाएं। और आजकल यूनिवर्सिटीज में हमारे बड़े अच्छे यंगस्टर्स मौजूद हैं, वो इंटर्नीज भी अवेलेबल होंगे। जब मैं पीटीडीसी में था 20 इंटर्नीज हमें गवर्नमेंट ने फ्री दे दिए थे, फ्रेश एमबीएस, उनको लेके और इस पे बहुत अच्छी रिसर्च करें, क्योंकि ये जमाना ही रिसर्च का है। चाइना ने जो तरक्की की है कि उसके पास आप जाएं, महंगे से महंगी चीज भी दे देंगे, वही चीज सस्ते सस्ते, क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा R&D पे खर्च किया है। तो जबानी जमा खर्च से कोई फायदा।
बिल्कुल समाज साहब, आपने बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हाईलाइट किए हैं और आई थिंक ये सारे वो चीजें हैं जिनके ऊपर बहुत सीरियसली काम करने की जरूरत है। ऑब्वियसली
एक पॉइंट मेरा ये है कि एनटीसीबी को आप रीऑर्गेनाइज करें, वहां पे एब्सेंटी लैंडलॉर्ड्स की तरह, एब्सेंटीज जस्ट फॉर द नेम ऑफ नेम सेक, ऑफ कोर्स दे मस्ट बी ऑल वेरी वेरी रिस्पेक्टेबल, लेकिन उनकी कोई वजूहात होंगी कि वो नहीं आते होंगे मीटिंग में, वो कोई फिर फायदा नहीं है। आप डूअर्स को रखें, अगर सिंध नाराज है या जो भी उनकी वजूहात, वहां से अच्छे लोग लाएं, बोर्ड में लाएं जो एक्टिवली काम करें, कंट्रीब्यूट करें। और अब तो ये जो आपने आज सिलसिला शुरू किया बड़ा अच्छा है कि वेबिनार के जरिए लोगों को आप कंसल्ट कर सकते हैं रेगुलरली, वरना फंडिंग की प्रॉब्लम। और फंड्स भी मैं बताऊं, मेरा अपना तजुर्बा है पीटीडीसी का, फंड्स मिल सकते हैं।
काम अगर आप प्लान कर ले तो फंड मिल जाते हैं।
इंटरनेशनल डोनर्स बॉडी भी है, वो जो इकबाल ने कहा था ना कि हम तो मिसाइल ही नहीं, तो अगर के अच्छी तरह प्रेजेंटेशन होगा तो मिल भी जाता है, ये सही है। लेकिन डेडिकेटेडली, ऑनेस्टली, और उनको ये एश्योरेंस हो कि ये पैसा जाया नहीं होगा, लगेगा। बहुत शुक्रिया।
Thank you Salman sahab. Now we come towards Tayyib Sayyed. Tayyib Sayyed is a very experienced tour operator. More than 30 years he has already spent, but still look young in this industry. As he started in very early age, I remember. Tayyib, you have experience dealing with adventure expedition, cultural tours from abroad, and you have also done quite a lot of activity with the corporate sector in Pakistan with the domestic market. So what do you feel now that how the tour operator will be able to restore the confidence where they are passing through a very challenging phase right now? So first you can explain maybe the challenges which the small and medium tour operators are facing in Pakistan, and what are your recommendations to now deal with this challenging situation and come up with a good strategy to, open up effectively, which build the confidence of these people to come back again and visit Pakistan? Tayyib.
जी बहुत शुक्रिया आफ्ताब कि आपने मुझे इस फोरम के ऊपर इनवाइट किया, और मुझसे पहले सीनियर्स ने, शिराज साहब ने, सलमान साहब ने, एजाज मलिक साहब ने, they have been very thorough and so they have covered the subject. But of course this is a special situation for all the tour operators, क्योंकि उसमें important ये है कि like in the topic you said what could be the how better we can face the situation in the post-COVID area. Post-COVID में ये है कि of course all the tour operators have to make sure that they retain their capacities, because a lot of tour operators are already closing down their offices. They are saving on rent. We have to close down our stores in Skardu, and now we have to close the one in Khanpur Lake. So that is, of course, that is the survival technique, because everybody has to survive. Like Jack Ma said, the owner of the Alibaba, he said that during these 2 years, you should be able to survive in good health. Once you pass this phase, then you can make a lot of money. So right now, of course, this is not the time to make money, but it is also very important to keep your team intact, especially for destination management companies who don't do a lot of outsourcing. Like when you are using accommodation, of course, you are outsourcing to the hotel, but we do a lot of camping, we do a lot of adventure activities. So for me, of course, it's a challenge to keep intact, or at least stay in touch with them and support them. My rock climbers, my cliff jumpers, my caving walas and rafting wala. I mean, this is going to be challenging. And also, it can take 1 year, it can take 2 years. So because corporate sector is very reluctant, I'm very proud to be the leader in providing services to corporate sector in Pakistan. And the last event that we did in the Rawat Fort, we had we catered for about 600 people in the camps. But will we be able to retain this capacity 2 years down the line? This is the challenge for the tour operators. And of course, when we talk about opening, of course, I would say that हमने इचरे बाजार वाली ओपनिंग नहीं करनी, वो तो फिर हम 2 के बजाय 3-4 साल इंटरनेशनल में पीछे चले जाएंगे. We want to avoid the Raja Bazaar pictures from Naran or from Karimabad. This would be our first priority, because a lot of people who are in the tourism sector, like the hotel walas, they don't care if it's a Gora or if it's a local person. Of course, they prefer local because they pay good money. And the tour operators, they try to get a corporate rate or better prices. So all these things are going to count, and we have to make sure that we open gradually, like Malak Saab pointed out, and also others. So it has to be a gradual process of, yes, it is stupid to close down everything. It is better if you want to retain your capacity after 1 or 2 years, hotel walon ke liye bhi, and for the people sitting on the roadside, for everyone, it is important to keep the drip going. वो आप बिल्कुल ग्लूकोज भी बंद ना कर देना तो बंदे. So because according to I was just looking at the research from the American Hotel Association and the Hotel and Restaurant Association. They pointed out that the end of the COVID, when we go into the post-COVID era, more than 50% of the outlets would not be able to manage, and they would just close down, or they would have already closed down by then. So then you have a situation where you are down to 50% capacity or even lower, and then you have everybody coming in. And then, so it has to be a process. One thing, जैसे सलमान साहब ने भी कहा, रेगुलेशन की बात हुई. अब ये कौन इंश्योर करेगा कि जी अगर ओपनिंग होती है तो वो it happens with SOPs, because जब आप सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात करते हो ना, तो I am very sorry to say आफ्ताब कि आजकल जब टूरिज्म चल रहा होता है, last years and few years, you cannot pass through the bazaar of Naran. उधर इतनी बू होती है, इतना कचरा होता है, and these hotels, they make a lot of money, but nobody cares about the environment. आपने उनको एक दफा ट्रेन भी किया US8 पे. So we have to make sure. I agree with my seniors that there is a silver line with this challenge. Silver line ये है कि अभी सब कुछ बंद है. So you can open it in a process where all the safety standards are followed, and also the sustainability standard. What is a sustainability standard for a hotel? They have to make sure कि जी वो आप गलियात में चले जाओ, कश्मीर में चले जाओ, आप होटल के सामने खड़े हो, बड़ा जबरदस्त व्यू है, आप बैक साइड पे जाओ, सारी की सारी जो हिल है उस पे कचरा ही कचरा होगा 1.5-2 किलोमीटर तक. वो जिधर तक पहाड़ी जा रही है ना, उधर तक कचरा जा रहा है. यार, we have to stop this. देखें ना, अब हर किस्म का ब्लॉगर, हर किस्म के all those people are coming in, and of course now people look at it. And also for preparedness for the post-COVID area era is that we have to be ready کہ جب client آئے گا they will be more demanding because they respect for the environment and they want to make sure کہ جی ہم لوگ گل نہ ڈالیں. And this is where the associations or the organizations can come in, like PATO or like the Hotel Association. کیونکہ گورنمنٹ کی طرف اب دیکھنا فضول ہے. We have had the NTCP, this is an excellent step, لیکن کیا ہوا ہے؟ آپ نے وہ DTS کے نام ایک سارا لیٹر بنا کے دیا تھا. میں یار کتنے چکر لگا چکا ہوں ان حالات میں. اینڈ آخر میں کیا ہے؟ DTS doesn't listen, we have to pay the fees. اگر آپ نے اس ملک میں رہنا ہے, آپ نے 2 سال سروائیو کرنا ہے, آپ نے اپنا لائسنس رینیو کرانا ہے, بات ختم ہوگی, پیسے جمع کریں, اینڈ آف دا اسٹوری. سو وٹ از دا پرپز آف دیٹ exercise? I would suggest and I would recommend, especially to the seniors, Salman Saab bade zabardast aadmi hai and he covers the subject thoroughly, and Shiraz Saab also, that we have to think about self regulation. آپ لوگوں نے پاٹو بنائی شراز صاحب, تو اس میں ابھی یہ اسٹیپ آ گیا ہے کہ we as tour operators, responsible tour operators should come up forward and say کہ یار یہ دیکھو آپس میں بیٹھ کے بات کرتے ہیں, ٹریکنگ میں یہ منیمم اسٹینڈرڈ ہے, اس سے نیچے نہیں جانا, سفاریز میں یہ اسٹینڈرڈ ہے, ٹرانسپورٹ اس اسٹینڈرڈ سے لیول کی نہیں لینی, 12,000 میں نارمل گاڑی ملتی ہے اسلام آباد میں کوسٹر پر ڈے, اور a lot of people are using 6-7 ہزار والی گاڑی. This has to stop and we have to do it on our own level. اب ہم انتظار میں بیٹھے رہیں کہ جی ایک اور جرنیل آئے گا, وہ آ کے ہمارے لیے ریگولیشن بنا دے گا, and of course he would not know about the standards, وہ ہم نہیں اس کو بتانے. So why don't we do it ourselves? And this is an excellent opportunity because آپ available ہیں, all those seniors are available and we can use this opportunity. We can make sure کہ جی لاہور سے جب ڈومیسٹک ٹورسٹ جا رہے ہیں تو ایک کوسٹر میں 32 کے بجائے 18 بندے بیٹھے ہیں. اور یہ ہے کہ وہ جو, and you must have seen it on social media, کہ وہ جو last year نومبر میں کشمیر میں ایونٹ ہوا, وہ ایک ویڈیو وائرل ہوئی تھی کہ when people got down from the coaster in Muzaffarabad, they realized کہ جی they don't have a hotel room, اور نومبر میں مظفرآباد میں it's cold. So in this video they say, وہ گائیڈ کو کہہ رہے کہ یار میں نے تو اس کو پیسے دیے تھے, وہ کہتا ہے وہ تو اس نے تجھے کسی اور کو بیچ دیا. One of the guys got sold 5 times. Come on yaar, we have to stop this. یہ کیا ہے؟ وہ آپ نے
there's also reason behind, there's lots of unregistered and unregulated tour operation going on, which is creating an unhealthy competition with those who are properly registered, who are professional. So it's creating, you know, two different markets in one place even.
بالکل. باقی جو there was an excellent ماشاءاللہ شراز صاحب تو عقل مند ہے نا, so he pointed وہ جو کیل کے سر پر انہوں نے ہٹ ماری ہے, that is the media. میڈیا میں what tour operators can do, what we can do is that آپ NTCP میں ہو, if you agree, we can all pull down. شراز صاحب تو بیٹھے کینیڈا میں, he knows so many people. ان کو یار انوائٹ کرتے ہیں, ان کو فین ٹور دیتے ہیں, میں چلے گاڑی دیتا ہوں, کوئی کمرہ دے دے, کوئی کچھ کرے. لیٹس گیٹ دوز ٹریول جرنلسٹ ہیئر. 1-2 سال ہیں, ان کو گھمائیں پھرائیں, ان کو پازیٹیو چیزیں دکھائیں, اینڈ دین دے آر گوئنگ ٹو گو بیک. ڈاکیومنٹریز بنانے والے ہیں. I have a few friends, لیکن آپ کو پتہ ہے کہ we have applied for the permission now and we don't expect کہ آپ کو 6-7 مہینے سے وہ جو ہے external publicity دیں گے. such a big hassle. یار اگر ہم کو کسی کو بلا رہے ہیں, NTCP should be supporting us. کہ وہ ایک بندہ ہے, وہ پاکستان پہ 12 فلمیں بنا چکا ہے and he always speaks positive about Pakistan. اس کو بھی آپ کو 7 مہینے فلمنگ پرمٹ کے لیے انتظار کرتے ہیں, وہ کوئی اور پروجیکٹ پکڑ کے ادھر نکل جاتا ہے. So these are all our faults. And of course وہ امریکہ یا جاپان نے تو یہ faults نہیں پورے کرنے. We have to take care of ourselves. NTCP is a platform. They should be at least supporting the tour operators. They should be facilitating. They should facilitate us. اب اس میں basis, اور اگر تو گورنمنٹ کے لیول کے اوپر ریگولیشن ہو سکے that would be excellent. لیکن یہ کہ الٹیمیٹلی بتانا تو ہم نہیں ہے, لکھ کے تو آپ نے دینا ہے یا پھر سلمان صاحب نے لکھنا ہے, ٹھیک ہے نا, انہوں نے گورنمنٹ والوں نے تو نہیں لکھنا. So why don't we get organized at our level and try this experiment of self-regulation? Shiraz saab ko pata hai, a lot of countries have been successful, they have done it. Of course you need cooperative people. Usko phir when you are at that stage, when you want to self-regulate, फिर आप 50 लोग बैठ के agree करते हो कि ठीक है यार, अगर if any of us goes down this standard, इस चीज का ये fine है, इस चीज का ये fine है, then pay the fine,
Right.
and then
Right.
पकड़े एक दूसरे को, why not? Because we want, again, we want to do the good work, but we also want to make sure that everybody is doing it. Otherwise, ये है कि वो you try to implement all the standards.
I think you're right. This is for our own benefit to self-regulate, because government का इसमें maybe वो interest नहीं है जो direct stakeholders का अपना है, तो उनको खुद से इसके ऊपर I think ज़्यादा focus करना पड़ेगा. हमें अपने associations को वो professionalism लाना पड़ेगा कि वो role play करें अपने stakeholders की capacity build करने में, कि वो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ देखे ही नहीं कि वो उधर से कोई रेगुलेशन आएगा, वो खुद अपने लिए अपने एसओपीज, अपने कवायद और अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाएं और अपनी क्वालिटी के अंदर बेहतरी लाएं. बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आपने हाईलाइट किया है. We have with us Annie from Sweden. Annie is also a tourism development consultant, and she has also traveled a lot in Pakistan. Annie, I would also like to know about your experience and your knowledge about that, because Sweden is one of the countries which has opened up quite quickly out of this crisis situation. You guys have opened schools even up there. So how do you see that? What challenges, what crisis we are facing here? And you think that we'll be able to open up our northern areas, especially to start with, because the bread and butter of the people living there all depend on tourism, because they don't have any other source of income. In the main cities, we have different other businesses, but the people sitting in Gilgit-Baltistan or in the remote part of Kashmir or KP, there's no other businesses. So what do you think about it? How we can, or what should be the strategy for us in the knowledge you have, the experience of international tourism and in Pakistan as well? Gianni.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I believe definitely in Pakistan. But first of all, what I don't believe in is bloggers and vloggers, because international, maybe in Pakistan that works, but if you want to have international and European tourists, it's not a good way to use these bloggers, because we are more we trust each other much more as an ordinary person. It's more trustable. Like here in Sweden, we haven't had any lockdown during this COVID-19 crisis. We have been opened to everything all the time. The only thing that we had here in Sweden, our government told us to follow these guidelines. For example, don't gather more than 50 people at a time, and stay away from the elderly, keep them safe. The universities did shut down from the beginning of March. But all the other schools, I work also as a high school teacher. We have been working every day, and we have taken precautions in form of SOPs, and we taught our children to wash their hands all the time before they go to dinner, lunch, whatever. And we also inform the parents as well. But about tourism in Sweden, Sweden has opened up now just 14 days ago that I am allowed as a Swedish citizen to travel all over my country. I need still to follow these SOPs, and this is something we are taught to do in our genoma, because Swedes are like that. We are taught that way. We wash our hands, we keep the distance. We have all in the supermarkets, we have put up lines, and it says, and signs, and says, hey, you need to stand here, keep the distance, always keep the distance. We have put on all kind of supermarkets, stores, small shops, tourism areas, museums as well. We have taken precautions to put up a kind of board with glass and a little hatch in there, so you can protect the staff over there and also keep follow the SOPs. So that's the way how we have done it in Sweden. Pakistan, and I know I've been traveling for many years and many times in the northern areas, and I know it's the bread and butter. I even supported two of my drivers that I always use the last 2 years. I supported them by sending them money and food packages because I was not allowed to take Swedish tourists there this year and will not do throughout the year. So I need to help to support them in some way. So I know about these issues. I believe that some of you need to be, I shall not tell you what to do, but just a suggestion. One association you need to be steady, to keep the steadiness all the time, not jump there, and unite all the provinces. So you can follow the same guidelines, the same SOPs, and you can't trust always. We have our government because we have that kind of government here in Sweden. So we listen, but in Pakistan it's different. I think you as an organization need to really throw down your hand in the table and say, hey, we need to create these SOPs. We need to do these guidelines, and you need to follow it. Either you're a registered tour company, either you're a small guest house, whatever it takes, you need to follow these. I think that's a really good start because we need to be the designers. We can't just go back to the old normal because this is a new normal. I think we need to redesign. And I think we need to be in the front line now. And I would love to help and contribute as much as I can. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was much talking, but yeah, that's my point.
Thank you.
I hope you understand what I
It's
mean.
a very valid point. I think the SOPs you mentioned, they're very simple things to follow. I mean, they're not rocket science to adopt all these distancing, washing hands, and be more aware about the risk, wearing masks. I think they're very small things, but they contribute a lot to become more and more safe. You're right. I think we need to inculcate more among our stakeholders the use of all these practices to become more and more conscious about this. I think that need a more, as Shiraz Sahab also mentioned, the media should give more time on these things to educate people to follow these practices instead of creating hypes and providing all the wrong information 24 hours a day. It's a big problem. I'll come back to you again. I'll go to Shiraz again. Shiraz Sahab, this COVID has and created another scenario in which travel will become a little bit more expensive. As Salman Sahab also mentioned, you have to keep a seat vacant in the plane, in the hotels, you have to keep certain rooms vacant, maybe certain time. So the cost of tour packages will increase. So what do you think about this challenge? Because in coming days, will be a kind of a hindrance in encouraging, because people's own economic conditions are poor these days. And on the other hand, travel will become more expensive. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि people will still be traveling even it's expensive 2 times or maybe 1.5 times? क्या लगता है आपको? और क्या होना चाहिए, marketing strategy क्या होनी चाहिए इस लिहाज से फिर cover करने के लिए?
Half of the amount of tourism will come in because the prices will jump up, of course. You see, the thing is that here in western part of Canada, I've seen that the prices have gone up. And it's unfortunate because people are not willingly to accept that we will earn today less, They want to keep on par of what they were earning. And so we are trying, like, say, for example, since I have an office in Uzbekistan as well, there we have clients who are coming from US, last year, 2019, there were good amount of tourism coming towards Central Asia because they are opening up and they are doing a lot of publicity. You see, first like that's what I was saying, you do publicity of your country in a more positive way. Now, this time, 2020, we had so much of inquiries from them, from the same clients. And suddenly everything went away. Only last week we got 12 cancellations immediately for September, October. And now he's talking of 2021, but for 2021, he wants the same rates of 2019. You see? So here again, you are stuck with what to do. And mind, this operator is not using any XYZ hotels. He's using 5-star hotels. And he wants 5-star completely, Hyatt, you see. And so, if he is using that one, then what happens? But this is what he's trying to say. Okay, now we are negotiating with the hotels to tell them to come up. Yes, the hotels may come up to some extent, lowering, because hotel is a main segment. Tayyab knows about it. Main segment of a quotation, you see. Now, if we are to tell the hotel will come up down, but they do not want to drop so much down so that next year quotation will affect them. Then the client will say that, hey, you gave us this rate, now how come you've jumped back again to a higher percentage? Because they are counting on percentage basis, what was last year and what is this year, or what was the previous year. So this is what the problem is. This scenario will be there, you know, that people will be asking. Now, this guy is asking already now. In fact, yesterday I was looking at it, what to do. Who is going to cooperate with that? Okay, from our side, we can come down. Okay, with the transport or whatever it is, ground. But what about the hotels? What about the restaurants? You see, they've also suffered. So everybody will try to recover. And unfortunately, the prices have jumped up. And this is what will happen. It will reduce our intake of tourism. I mean, the people who want to come, that means it will reduce. I'm talking of foreign tourism, okay? So that will reduce. And so we have to make them aware. The main thing is our product. If our product is very good, people will keep on coming. We hear China and Turkey has opened for tourism because the product is very good. You know, people want to go there. You see, so if we want people to come to see our product, you see, then we have to compromise. Yes, give them special rates because they'll be asking. The airline, like Javed Sahab was saying, that there will be seat problems. So the airline will raise their price also.
Even insurance will increase. The travel insurance will also increase.
The insurance, yes, but the insurance will only allow them to travel if the insurance company is going to seek at that country is fine and is safe to go. They don't want to face problems later, you see. And then what the other participant, my good friends here, are saying, we have to see that the client is coming to us is safe, you know, a negative PCR. Okay. So we have to understand how we are going to take them. The visa has to be issued only if a client produces a negative PCR. You see, that the person is safe, so that the person doesn't come here to us in Pakistan and has a problem with COVID, and then we have to face the music. So that way, I would suggest that yes, we have to take it from the doctor, and that should be valid under 72 hours, not beyond that. You see? So a medical report has to be have there a proper one to be given to issue the visa to come in within that time, so that the person is clear, and then we start from our country onwards on arrival. What procedure, what cleanliness, what they are saying that we should be having this thing taking care. The lady just said mask and all these things, taking care, SOPs. Yes, we can do it. I've noted it down. But we have to ensure that this is the thing. So coming to your point about rates, yes, it will affect. Unfortunately, yes, because the whole 2020 is going out without any income, and we are all facing the music. Unfortunately, for the smaller people who are earning out of it, they are facing the same thing, you see. So we have to compromise somewhere to have it. But let's make the product so attractive. Let's have them come in.
Exactly. So you're right. This is quite a big challenge for foreign tourism in next year or even onward, because the price factor will be critical, decisive point. I mean, your airline rates, your hotel rates, your insurance, and other factors will increase the cost, and your price will become quite reasonably high. And if other countries are offering cheaper rates, so maybe clients will be reluctant to travel in next 1 or 2 years to Pakistan. Maybe they prefer to other destinations, and maybe then they decide to come to Pakistan later when things settle down more. So it's more, I think, critical aspect for Pakistan. सलमान साहब से पूछते हैं, सलमान साहब आपका मार्केटिंग का भी एक्सपीरियंस है, आपने PIA में भी टूर प्रमोशन को किया इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में डिफरेंट स्टेशंस पे, तो ये जो क्राइसिस की सिचुएशन है जिसमें प्राइस भी पैकेजेस की हाई हो जाएगी और कॉन्फिडेंस भी शेक हुआ है इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवलर का पाकिस्तान में आने में, तो आप क्या समझते हैं कि किस किस्म की मार्केटिंग या प्रमोशनल स्ट्रेटजी पाकिस्तान को अडॉप्ट करना चाहिए इस सिनेरियो में, जिसकी वजह से हम एक फेयर शेयर ऑफ मार्केट हासिल कर सकें? ऑलरेडी बहुत कम फॉरेन टूरिज्म है पाकिस्तान में और लग ये रहा है कि वो भी बहुत नीचे ड्रॉप डाउन हो जाएगा, तो आप क्या समझते हैं कि व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ marketing and promotional strategy will be suitable for Pakistan in this scenario where the price advantage जो हमें था पहले कि हम जरा सस्ते थे वो भी नहीं रहेगा और दूसरे elements भी हैं safety और standards के भी, तो क्या कहते हैं आप, क्या करें इसके लिए? समा साहब.
Rana Sahab, I agree with Shiraz that with the decrease in volume, certainly the price will go up. But at the same time, for a not very well-known destination like Pakistan, or rather I'll say not well-known, but rather not very attractive so far, pricing policy plays a very important role in determining the choice of traveler or tourist. Unless there is some segment which is really very rare and which only we have, like some of the highest mountains and so on and so forth, or Kartarpur, which is like the Mecca of Sikh tourists. Barring those few things, till we are very well known, we'll have to keep in mind that our hoteliers, tour operators, transporters, they'll all have to reconcile towards lowering the prices of the packages or their hotel rates or restaurant rates so that we attract people. So that will definitely play a very important role. And as I said earlier, that the time period we have now, professionals like you and your organization and all of us, and very rightly said by my friend, that don't rely on the government sector, we should rely on our own self, on cooperative marketing, and indoctrinate the workers, the owners of all these entities to lower prices, to follow the SOPs, to train the manpower. This should all be done by all of us. And for marketing, best thing is the word of mouth. Right now, the best thing is the digitalization of marketing. Already government of Pakistan has formed, I think, a Digital Pakistan department, or what you call, are you hearing me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Digitalization is very important. And for marketing also, I believe we have got a lady from Google who has come as special assistant to Prime Minister to head a cell called Digital Pakistan. PTDC or NTCB should utilize services of that, and we should go into as much as digitalization is possible, both for promotion and publicity, as well as for human resource development. And also we'll have to look around now that how can we digitalize our products. For instance, which I will not recommend, but just for the sharing this information with this forum, the president of my company, he stays mostly in Scandinavia. And a year or two back, he said, and I'm not suggesting that model for Pakistan, because people come here because of our human touch and our beauty. He said that there's a hotel in Copenhagen which is called Check-in Hotel. There's absolutely no human being there. You book yourself through your credit card. The same formula is used for opening the door of the hotel, and you go to your room, use that as your key, and there are food stuff in various shelves which you keep on using through your card and when you check out. Of course, I'm not suggesting that, but giving an example. So in order to tell the tourist, and rather than make them feel that human touch will be little, of course it will be there, we have to try and digitalize as much as we can. And I'll suggest the same strategy. And just now the lady from from Switzerland was suggesting, if I'm not wrong, if I understood her correctly, blogging. Of course, blogging is very, very effective way of marketing. And I think the national carrier has to play a more proactive role now in promoting Pakistan. They have their own problems, but then they also have this, like also other airlines coming into Pakistan, that the fuel cost has decreased, and I hope it maintains that level or slightly higher. So if this happens, then maybe the airfare component or the fear of higher airfare, which you rightly touched upon cue from me, will slowly decrease once they allow and they have the cabins. Now I think Boeing is doing some research where they're bringing in new gadgets into the cabin to control COVID. So probably the airfare element may again come down. So total, of course, total pricing policy will matter. So we have to make a mix and match of all this. And again, I come back to my first submission that research and research. We research on what segment and sub-segment was receiving 2 years back and what we should plan for the future after post-COVID period. And of course, word of mouth is the best marketing. So people who will come here or who will watch through digital promotion, like I was watching the other day that in Germany, they have now digitalized all their museums and they are being shown on through various apps. When I was MD PTDC, I didn't want to say it because everybody talks of his own time. I had planned that we link our website with the Lahore Fort with cameras all around and start showing them to the outer world, and similarly some of our mountains. So, and that's not very expensive. And we have a very big IT ministry here. We have a IT university in Punjab and various departments. Plus, I think northern areas, Gilgit-Baltistan and Azad Kashmir, due to Almighty's grace, the COVID has been much less because of their entry points. So let's concentrate or start with them first, where they can be, and if we can start international flights into Skardu, so the people land there directly, are not initially interacting with people in Islamabad or Pindi. So maybe that is sort of a coverage for them or a screen. Slowly and slowly it will come up, but it will take time. Don't expect that from next month or from September, all the repercussions of COVID will go, but let's keep on trying. Digitalization, training, indoctrination, promotion, in all ways. And very, very humbly and without any mincing words and without being critical, but just a critique, I think the tourism authorities, PGDC, which is like my own cell, it's in my blood, PIE and PGDC both, they have to be more proactive and less bureaucratic. There, the high-ups should not mind walking down to any ministry or any international organization and ask for assistance and training and for ideas and for cooperative marketing. Unless we all become very, very proactive, and we have got a very good team of youngsters in universities and bodies like Aftab has formed, Sustainable Tourism Foundation, and this forum, we are very proud of. I think they can do a lot. So if the leadership is there, which certainly is there, but that's what I very strongly feel. Sorry if I'm being blunt, but I think we all have to be doers. Just talking and giving out circulars, like my friend just now said that so far, if I understood him correctly, the license fee has not been cleared. Although the other day I was with DTS a month back, he was making a summary for cabinet to approve it. But why should it take so long if we are past quarter of the financial year? So the time and tide waits for no man. So everybody has to be very proactive. Yeah. Sorry, but I feel very strongly.
You're right. That is the factor which counts a lot. I think the 2 points you have highlighted very important in this discussion, that the soft opening starting with adventure tourism. I'll ask Tayyab, because Tayyab have a lot of experience in managing adventure expeditions as well. Tayyab, what do you see that is it will be a good strategy to start with adventure or nature tourism going in remote area? As Salman Samas, they mentioned that they come less in contact with people, they go more in wilderness, so there'll be much less chances of COVID interaction with them. So what do you think? Is that it can serve the purpose or not to start with adventure or expedition? Because some other tour operators are also talking about it, at least open the expeditions to start with. One, and then Sadaf has also joined us. I will ask her after you. She's working on the virtual tourism. The second point Salman Saab has highlighted, the digitization. So how we can use the digitization and virtuality to promote tourism these days more proactively and cost efficiently. That will come later. Sadaf, to you. First, Tayyab. Yeah.
Ji, bilkul, I totally agree with you and all the other colleagues, because the safest sector to open at the moment is, of course, hardcore adventure tourism. Because when you look at a normal expedition that buys a permit to climb a mountain, and then they stay for 2 months, 60 days in Pakistan. Out of those 60 days, normally only 6 or 7 days are spent in the city. The rest of the time, they're at their base camp, they're in the mountain, they're not coming in contact with anybody from outside. And so it's a very safe sector. And also the areas like along the Baltoro, the Shigar area, and also the Hush area, they have stayed, alhamdulillah, much freer from COVID. So these are all good options.
If proper screening system is established at the entry point, so that there's no COVID infected tourist or staff is going in that area, I mean, that need to be controlled very, very closely, because if something happen at the base camp, it will be worse than. So what sort of SOPs you think should be for this kind of specific wilderness adventure tourism?
Yeah, I think the demands that we have as soon as the situation opens, because there are some diehard adventure fans who really want to come into Pakistan even this year. So we're talking about August. But of course, the major change that we have to make first step is that normally we use the tents for twin sharing. And now there is no twin sharing. You have to supply single tents to everyone. And then the second is because normally along the tracks and the expeditions, it's cold. So you try to use a mess tent, which can easily accommodate 12 people, but then everybody's sitting next to each other. So now we have to send more mess tents. which means that then you join them together so that everybody is sitting 2 or 3 feet, at least in the beginning. And then realize that when they are going on an expedition, they will be employing like 200, 250 people, and they'll have 150 porters. Or so all those people, they are at the very bottom of the poverty line. They'll get them. And then when they're at the mountains, of course, they're not coming in contact with anyone. Same as with the tracks. Because हमारे यहाँ तो there's a lot of wilderness. It's not like Nepal, because I was in Nepal in February. So you walk for 3 hours and then you come into a small bazaar, you buy your beer, you can eat whatever you like, and then you have a lodge. It's not like this. Pakistan is true wilderness. Once you start the Snow Lake trek for 12 days, you don't see anybody. Finish. And then you come to the. So normally our treks are starting at the points where the jeeps can't go anymore. So all of our treks and all the expeditions can be opened very safely. And they will also bring in revenues, but also because mountaineers are responsible people. It's a very special class. They know what is safety. They follow the safety rules. They climb. So when they climb, so of course they are the best clients to start with. And this will also feed our operators and our friends in Gilgit-Baltistan. And then next, we can start maybe better hotels. We have already implemented those procedures. So yeah, adventure is the best to start, because then you are in wilderness. You are not touching anybody, or you are not coming in contact with anybody. You have a small team. If you have 6 clients, you have about, because now we use a lot of horses. So if you have 6 clients, you have about 10 porters in a set of, then they become a family, because then they stay together for 2 months, or they stay together for 3 weeks. They are the safest lot to start. Totally agreed.
Right, good. Tayyib. So, Sadaf, are you there? You are hearing us?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Aftab Saab, and to rest of
Welcome
the
to
panel.
this
Thank
forum.
you so much.
You joined us a little bit late, but I hope you have been following us on the net. And the question which Salman Saab raised about the digitization and use of digital media for marketing and promotion at this difficult time, I would like to know about your point of view, and especially how we can use the virtual tourism to promote destination right now for the future. What do you want to say about it?
Yes, thank you, Aftab Saab. I think to start with, as foreign other countries are doing, I think virtual tourism is a very good concept to promote the domestic tourism and as well as foreign tourism. As we were in that other webinar last week, and there are some companies in Lahore, they've already started working on it. You need specialized cameras to make your movie about your resort, or about the place you're touring. And then you can also promote it, like you can charge it for those virtual tours from different parts of Pakistan, like the northern areas, such beautiful areas they're there. We can, if physically people cannot go there, so I think it will be a very good, it's a new concept though. We need to have then massive campaign for it, for people to know about it, and involve those stakeholders so that they start investing in virtual tourism. Because of course you need specialized cameras for that kind of experience, and if you're marketing the foreign clientele, you need to do it properly. So I think digitalization of it, I mean, of course it's not just like, it's not going to be a permanent, we're not just saying that it is just like the physical aspect is of course very important, and it will revive after when the situation gets better, and once the hotel industry and the other industry stakeholders start adopting the strict SOPs which NTCV board is trying to launch with the provincial tourism ministries. But it is one factor that it can be looked into, and we all have to work on it. Secondly, I was hearing the discussion about opening the expeditions in the northern areas, the K2. I think, yes, adventure tourism can be started. As I also saw in African countries, what they have done is that the safari parks are huge right over there. in Kenya, in African countries, in South Africa. So they have opened their big safari parks for safari tours, and their huts are quite far away in isolations. So they have also started it, of course, with implementation of SOPs. So in these areas, if it can be managed, the local people who are not affected by COVID, the local Sherpas who are involved in taking these expeditions, and the foreigners coming in the entry points at the airports, they are checked that they're COVID free. So that can be promoted at the present situation.
Good. Thank you, Sadaf. Ijaz Malik Sahab, are you there?
Ji, I'm listening, Ji.
Yeah.
Aftab Sahab, as regard this,
yes.
Ji. I think very valid inputs. As regard the point that we just discussed about the price hike, yes, it would be, but I think we need to sensitize our stakeholders that they have a choice. Either they operate for volumes and plan for 3 years time, and then they would recover on the averages. Like if they keep the price hike steady, lower the price, or operate on volumes, because in our case most of the destinations do not have 5-star hotels, because this is an issue which pertains to 5-star hotels mostly, that if they operate with they can't operate with partial occupancy, because their infrastructure is designed in a way that they have to operate with their full capacity, whether the occupancy is less or more. Our units are relatively smaller, so probably the hoteliers, they should understand that by following SOPs, retaining the price steady, maybe a bit of addition, they will generate revenues in volumes. We have the example of Turkey. In Turkey, once their economy was in recession, once their security environment was not very viable for tourism, but their tourism industry, by maintaining the prices, rather lowering the prices of their hotels, they made sure that tourists, they keep coming in volumes, and ultimately, they were the winners. They passed through that challenging times. Secondly, regarding virtual tourism, it's not very expensive, as Ma'am Sadaf just mentioned. There are companies in Karachi, I know, but it would be a tool for marketing, or maybe for a transition only, because ultimately, in our case, in the tourism industry, there are multiple stakeholders, and our idea is that they all should benefit. So it is only through physical traveling that people, starting from the airlines to the destination and small vendors, everybody would earn out of tourism. But yes, it is a very effective tool for and very economical. I think we can start doing that. I think we can have a separate session on that issue. I will discuss with you personally. There are companies.
एक और important चीज मैं आपसे और फिर तैयब से पूछना चाहूँगा. That is about the possibilities of winter tourism. Because अभी जो scenario अभी है, लग तो ये रहा है कि summer season तो already हमारे हाथ से अभी निकल गया. So अल्लाह करे situation autumn तक ठीक हो जाती है. So then at least we can try to utilize the winter time to have some sort of foreign and domestic tourism both in these northern areas, ताकि लोगों का कुछ ना कुछ जो losses हैं वो recover हो सकें. So being an Air Force officer, आप वो winter में इधर काफी सारा north में जाते रहे हैं और आपने skiing और ये वो, तो क्या potential है ऐसे जो हम utilize कर सकते हैं to enhance the winter tourism in Pakistan?
I think we can. इसमें क्योंकि luckily और हमारी जो winter tourism की जो destinations हैं, they are in controlled environment. Naltar, let's say, Air Force has total control for access and the conduct. We can collaborate with them. I think they will be very forthcoming, and if we do proper liaison, maybe they can help us for the transportation also. In the past, they have helped people.
C-130 की flight specially ले जा
730
सकते हैं.
G and helicopter. I think we can do that very easily, and it will be I think a wonderful opportunity. But I think the time is just approaching fast. While in this lull period, I think we should do the ice breaking with the Air Force, and similarly now that we have Malam Jabba, but they are obviously private operators now there, but we can discuss with them also, because the bottom line is that the government, there is a disconnect. We need to understand that for foreigners, the problem is that any foreigner who plans to come and who sees Pakistan as a destination, he or she is coming to Pakistan, not to Gilgit-Baltistan or to KP or to Sindh. But unfortunately, the tourism is a provincial subject. So we need to develop an integration mode wherein the provinces, they don't feel that their independence or their freedom to do business post the 18th Amendment, it is being compromised, because federal government is in a position to really promote tourism internationally, to brand Pakistan internationally. So leaving aside the political aspect of this, we need to utilize all possible channels wherein the stakeholders, they should think beyond the borders of provinces. And we have to develop and evolve a mechanism where the political expediencies, they do not take over or overshadow our integration as far as the tourism is concerned. Unless we have this integration or integrated mode, because for any foreigner, it is just Pakistan. They are not concerned about our geographic or political or administrative arrangements. And ultimately, the revenue is coming to Pakistan, whether it is any province, any district. So we have to evolve some mechanism for that.
Very valid point. So
and as for the northern area Air Force, I think we can talk in detail privately, and whatever is the methodology we agree to, inshallah, we can explore that. And I'm very positive.
In recent year, there's quite a foreigners activity, participation in Air Force events, even in the championships.
Yes, we had a marathon
in the past.
We had a marathon there. We had skiing competition there, international skiing competition, and I think Air Force would be more than willing to patronize that.
So Tayyib, what other adventure or winter tourism activity you see there are possibilities to promote from the private sector side? Because I've seen last year there was a couple of expeditions even who were climbing in winter, and maybe this time they could more because a new trend in Pakistan. So are there more adventure like the climbing, ice climbing, paragliding, and other activities which can be done in winter, can be promoted? What do you think about it?
बिल्कुल देखिए इसमें विंटर में we have two types of tourism. अब एक तो ये है कि related to snow, जिसमें skiing भी आ जाती है, जिसमें and then of course like you rightly pointed out that the trend of winter expeditions, because a lot of our mountains have never been climbed in winter, so there is a big prize that who will be the first one to climb that mountain first time in winter. So of course that would sustain, that would remain, and skiing has a very limited scope. But I think the silver line for us this year is that Karachi is, I mean, if you talk of domestic, Karachi is a very big market. Now we're not talking about foreigners, we are talking about the domestic. And in Karachi, people have not been able to travel abroad. They travel a lot to Turkey and a lot of destinations. जैसे आप PTM के ऊपर देखते हो कि पाकिस्तानी ऑपरेटर 3 होते हैं और वो बाहर वाले जब वो 300 होते हैं. So a lot of people go. Now there is a big demand. There is a gap in the market. People want to go out, but these are the people who enjoy good facilities. इनको आप नॉर्मल तंबू में वो पतला मैट्रेस डाल के you cannot put them in. They want services and they are willing to pay. Already we are in discussion with some, क्योंकि corporates के साथ in touch हैं, we are in discussion with some activation companies. अब activation companies का ये है कि they have great experience in marketing and they have their own staff and of course because they are in good terms with the corporates, so they can get the clients. वो अभी चाह रहे हैं, they want us to put the glamping setup and make sure. Now we are talking about what standards would be applicable, but they want us to make sure कि जी हम 20-25 बंदों का कैंप लगाते हैं just for 2-3 families where we can provide 4-star services. Now this has been done on Deosai for Tetra Pak when they had a processing conference where people from all over the world came. And we were able to provide tents with attached washrooms, but it takes a lot of money. So now we are discussing to put up tents, fixed tents at 3 or 4 spots, ताकि हमारी transportation की cost ना हो. So yes, there is a silver line, and if tour operators can organize and they can tell their customers कि यार आप आ जाओ, आपको नई जगह भी दिखाएंगे और जो आपको comfort का level चाहिए, आपने मैट्रेस के ऊपर सोना है, you need all these things, और वो जितने भी SOPs हैं कि sheets भी रोज change हो रहा है ना, all those things that we need to do. Right. Plus we can provide them the ambience. So of course there is a big market, and because people have not traveled, or a lot of people, जैसे EQ पर भी था, we had to tell so many people कि यार ना जाओ आगे, police है, but so many people went on motorway and then they finally turned back. So domestically there is a big potential. There is a client who has the money, who's frustrated, and he wants to travel. So yes, if you are on the right footing, of course you can tap the winter better than this summer, because this summer I think is gone.
Right. So the time is running. Yes, I'm.
Can I make a submission?
Yes, I'm now going to have the final round, the closing round, because the time is. Yes.
Only limited to.
Yes, I'm coming to you, Ji. बिल्कुल मैं आपकी तरफ आ रहा हूँ. So I want to have the final statement from all of you. Any suggestion, any comment, which we haven't so far covered in terms of swift and sustainable opening of tourism sector in this crisis scenario. I will start with Shiraz Sahab. Shiraz Sahab, any final comment or suggestion or point from your side? वो जो golden recommendation भी हो सकती है जिसमें हम कोशिश करके देखें, because we all are concerned and whatever we can do, we can try. So, Shiraz Sahab, ji.
Yes. The thing is that there were very good points and very good discussions. Everybody said the after effects once a tourist come in. I'm more concerned that let them come in first.
Okay.
How are you going to bring it to the country? If you are saying, okay, we'll do this, या hotel ये करेगी या वो करेगी, SOPs are there are a lot of a list I've done here. How should a guide behave? What should we do and everything? But how are we going to bring them in?
Exactly.
You have to bring them in by making it the outside look of our country very safe. One of the things that Tayyab just said was domestic tourism. Okay, domestic tourism will help a lot, and even Salman said about it. You see. If our own people start traveling domestically, following SOP, which is very necessary, you see, SOP to be followed, then of course the media will show. I mean, automatically it will come. Our media is not interested in the country. They are interested in their glamour, so frightening news, you see. So the thing is that if we were to have domestic tourism moving, showing that, okay, people cannot go out of the country, like he said, from Karachi, then they can come to the other parts of the country, saying there, desert, there, down to the north or whatever. But they will, when they start moving, you see, then you will see the media talking about it. It will go further out and it will show. As far as the foreign tourism is concerned, you have to make it worthwhile for them to choose our destination. पहले क्या था कि they used to come because yes, we had very good to offer. We have the same thing to offer, but unfortunately, it's on the background just now. Whether they want to choose Pakistan to come, they've got a lot of choices. And mind, tourism is one of the last thing a person wants to spend money on at this time of the situation when they've not been getting anything in 2020. So they will hold their finances and go to a place where they are happy or safe for this thing. Specialized destinations like ours, you see, will have to come in once it is publicized nicely that okay, this is a destination.
Confidence building is the key in your
Yes,
message. That is important.
And we have to convince the insurance companies to insure them to come, because I've come across so many in my 45 years in this business that people do not want to go if they are not insured.
Right, right.
Sweden will agree to that, you see. They do not travel, you know. So why would somebody want to travel when the insurance company will say, sorry, we won't take you there, or their embassies will not give they still have a red line under our country. You know, they have to change. You see, it has to change to green so that they could come in. But if the embassy says no, we still have, you know, not to travel. You see, that's a red line down there of this country, because many of the countries are, you know, having this red line. It's like 3/4 of the world you don't travel, but you people want to travel. But they will always travel where there's a safe destination. So let's look into this thing, that first we get them here, and then everybody will get the share.
Good.
You see, everybody will get the share. How to bring them? Domestic tourism is one of the best things to start with. That's good. Yeah, it will help a lot to start with, especially at this time.
Right. Thank you, Shiraz Sahab, for this final message. Salman Javed Sahab, आपकी तरफ से any final suggestion or comment or statement to improve the situation now?
In fact, I wanted to intervene before when you talked about winter tourism. If you remember, about 8 to 10 weeks back, both of us attended a very good seminar organized by Government of Balochistan in Karachi. And there was a lot of good presentations about promoting Makran Coast for beach tourism, which is basically a winter tourism product. And they have that. Recently, I was chatting on WhatsApp with Chief Minister also, and I suggested to him that go one by one. So for winter tourism, that can be one good product. But, with a big but, there is a problem of security there. Although the CM had then announced that he is going to create some sort of force along the coastal line. But that is one thing we can always consider even in the immediate future. And maybe we can ask companies like Shiraz, remember the name I'm forgetting, Club Med, to come with a ship or a big cruise boat this winter. In that case, if they're a bit far away from the coast, still they can be safe and have scuba during winter. Then even our own now in Pakistan, there are a lot of, not many, but small special interest groups for such sort of products. And I'm very glad that Shiraz touched upon special interest to us, because he and his brother's company and others have been promoting during yesteryears special interest to us. That is, inspect the product of Pakistan. We are here for special interest to us, not for mass tourism. But if we take a very small percentage of world special interest total tourism, that will be more than enough for us. So if we concentrate on special interest to us, like I think Shiraz company and Walgis and others used to bring steam engine enthusiasts and bird watchers. And recently I was seeing a video from somewhere in Pakistan that one of the very good bird watching sanctuaries So if we start working on those small groups on special interest and create a COVID-free atmosphere there, like you create for a small conference or a meeting, that could be good for winter tourism and also for the remaining part of summer tourism. And I think the Makran coast is ideal for winter tourism. Again, to begin with, on a small scale, I told him that at Kun Malid, you already have a 40-room motel already ready. But why don't you man it now and start? So that something, rather than having master plan and then another master plan, all the time wasting in circulars and meetings, start with something tangible and go ahead one by one by one. That is with folded hands. I'm telling you on this, through this webinar, to whomsoever it may concern, that please start, like for instance, from this brainstorming, an idea occurred to me that you as head of the Sustainable Tourism Foundation contact, or we as a group can contact Serena and the management of PC. They have opened small hotels in northern areas and the Ministry of Interior to immediately start training from immigration counters down to their properties on the SOPs. It could be a 15 days or a 10 days or a week's program and make a beginning. So once people will be sure that these places are safe, domestic tourists, even of a little bit high yield, will start moving, like the corporates or others, and then things will start moving, inshallah. Then we have spent so much money on publicity and creation of Kartarpur. I haven't been there. I'm sure you might have been. If there we create some more recreational facilities and COVID checks at the Indian border. Of course, now we have our political and security problems with them. But let's concentrate in promoting amongst the non-resident Indians, the NRIs. The Sikhs are not residing in India. And Sialkot is an international airport now. It just developed that as airport very non-COVID and try to bring Sikh jathas, as they used to tell us when I used to go to promote Sikh tourism, and start, because this is a product we have already created, already invested, already promoted. So start working with the small projects rather than talking big of 5-year plan and this and that and the other. Let's be very practical. I believe in that for whatever worth it may be.
Very good suggestion.
And will you allow me, are we closing now or?
Yes, we are closing. There's a final statement we are taking from all the panelists. And then, because 2 hours is going to finish now. Malik Ijaz Sahab, you want to say something?
Where is the IT you promised?
Virtual. We will offer you virtual tea.
Aftab Sahab, I have a suggestion, rather a request to make whenever we start.
Yes.
We must include in our recommendation and request everybody that we should give a very special package for the health service providers. The doctors, paramedics, they and their families, they are the worst affected people in the COVID. So I think they deserve to be acknowledged and they deserve to have a recreation whenever we are open. So we must give very special packages to them, starting from the airline to the hotels and to other service providers. Just to mention, like Qatar Airways, recently, through a draw, they have given thousands of international tickets to healthcare providers, just to acknowledge their services. So in Pakistan, whenever we start, we must give a very special package to them to acknowledge their services. And I think they will be very willing and keen to, avail whenever the tourism is open.
That's good. That's good. Good suggestion. Yeah, Tayyib Sayed, any final point from your side?
नहीं बिल्कुल, आई वुड जस्ट लाइक टू पॉइंट आउट कि जैसे आप लोग सेमिनार्स की बात कर रहे थे एंड फ्रॉम बलूचिस्तान गवर्नमेंट देयर हैज बीन बिफोर आल्सो, लेकिन आई हैव बीन गोइंग टू गवादर फॉर द लास्ट 22-23 years. अभी तो रोड बन गया है, सो अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर, बट इट्स अ वेरी सॉरी स्टेट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, क्योंकि व्हेनेवर वी डू एन एक्टिविटी देयर, हमें जेट स्की वाले, स्नॉर्कलिंग वाले, जो बाकी जितने भी एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स है, स्कूबा डाइवर्स, एवरीबडी वी हैव टू टेक फ्रॉम कराची, because there is nobody trained in Gwadar in these sports, and the condition of the PC boat is very pathetic. If you have really valued customers, you never want to use them. PC is right there at Hammerhead, and of course sari locations are very close to them, but they have nobody because they are not interested. So somebody has to come forward and somebody has to train some of those locals there. अब हम गवादर की, मकरान कोस्ट की, जेवानी की और मारा की सबकी बातें करते हैं, विंटर टूरिज्म की बातें करते हैं. We spend so much money on these seminars and all those things, लेकिन there is no capacity there. The only reason why we are so successful in these things is कि we have to take the whole team. आप अपना सारा सामान जो है वो 2 ट्रक में डाल के तो ले जाते हो, and then you put up everything there, and then you provide 3-4 star services to your clients, and then they're happy. So if you have these facilities, of course a lot of people would move out in winter, but then again the big issue is at all these destinations, आप मिट्टी चले जाएं, आप नौकोट चले जाएं, you go to any area in Thar, वो आपको ऊंट वालों को बिठा के तो पहले समझाना पड़ता है. They don't know कि भी अगर क्लाइंट ने कैमल राइड करनी है तो उसकी क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, मैंने सीटिंग उसको कैसे देनी है, सफाई, all those things. Nobody has done anything. And so when we go there, we try to create our own team. We train some people from the local community. Some of them also come here, but it's a very slow process. Instead of wasting so much of money on these seminars and then hotel gatherings, something should be done on ground. क्योंकि पूरे बलूचिस्तान में when you go there, एक तो सबसे बड़ा मसला ये है कि वो 3 महीने लग जाते हैं फॉरेनर्स की परमिशन लेने के लिए. Such a big hassle. वो पहले होम डिपार्टमेंट करता था, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इंटीरियर. So instead of government trying to facilitate us, they just try to create bottlenecks.
You're right.
आपस की बात ये है कि if we are sensible, I've spent 35 years in tourism here in Pakistan. मुझे तो यही समझ आई है कि अगर कोई काम करना है तो खुद कर लो. And if you are a big fool, you expect something from the government. Government is not going to do anything because that's not in their interest or whatever. Let's not go into the detail, but yes, we have to involve because they have the money. That's the issue. So we have to involve them and we have to tell them कि यार आप इतनी बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंसें करते हो तो create something there. बंदा गवादर जाएगा क्या करेगा, बीच पे वॉक करके आ जाएगा.
Right.
There is no snorkeling equipment, there is no jet ski, there is no speedboat, there is no scuba equipment, there is no nothing. That's a state.
Right. Time is going to finish. Anyone to say something? You want to say something?
Yeah, please. 3 small things. First of all, virtual tours. Yes, I had arranged for many virtual tours from Skardu this winter. It was an old guy. He's breeding up yaks, and he's a very good researcher. Because it was so much snow and we couldn't take us up there, so we had some virtual tour, and then we sold it to the US public. They could pay and just roam around freely together with the jacks. This is a really good thing to do in the future. SOPs. It should be like this. When I, as a tourist, even if I'm a Pakistani or if I come from UK or Sweden, I want to be met by this. Hey, you need, as the guest, hey, you need to follow our SOPs if you are going to be our guest. We set up the conditions from our side in Pakistan, right? Third thing, diversity in Pakistan. No one mentioned that so much. Pakistan has a unique diversity. In July last year, I was first spending a couple of days in Lahore, then and enjoy the area there. Then I went up to Swat, spotted a white-breasted kingfisher, amazing. Then, after a couple of days, I was up at Paso and walking along the Paso Glacier. And I even brought my skis and was skiing on the glacier. So diversity of Pakistan. We also did a small package tour from Sweden to Pakistan and involved these things. That's the diversity of Pakistan. Pakistan is unique. Pakistan doesn't need to be compared to Tibet or Switzerland or anything. Pakistan is its own brand. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. Thanks a lot for this final comment as well. So it's going to be end of our today's session. We'll be meeting again on 20th of June with another second webinar, where there'll be more focusing on the tour operation side, because that webinar is organized for the PATO members. So we'll be discussing all the operational issue in that at the same time. And any of you want to participate in that, you're welcome to do that. At the end, I would like to say thank to all of you. Very special thank to Shiraz Saab, who early morning is joining all the way from Canada. Ijaz Malik Saab, Tayyib Sayyed, my very good friend, Salman Javed Saab, Lenovo, who's there at Lenovo? There's someone from Rumaram,
Azim, sir. Azim Qadir.
there's a Sadaf, there's people in PTDC head office. All of you, thank you very much for joining. And many will be listening all your comments and your suggestion by having this recording, which will be shared later on by social media. Thank you very much once again to all of you. We'll be finishing here. I hope it's a challenging time. You see, everyone is trying its best to pass through this critical phase. So whatever we can do in our individual capacity, or even as a small group, we should do. I mean, even creating awareness among others is a very important aspect at this stage. So at least if we could do that, that can be a big contribution to put tourism back on the right track in Pakistan. So thank you very much once again, and hopefully see you again on some of you on 20th, and then there's a third seminar on 22nd that is specifically for the Gilgit-Baltistan tour operator, and we'll be discussing more specifically the issues related with Gilgit-Baltistan and that. So thanks a lot for joining. See you again. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Rana
Thank
sir.
you. Bye-bye.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Send us a copy also of the
Sure.
recording.
Sure, Salman Saab. We'll have a good coffee in Islamabad, inshallah, with you.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Playa.
Khuda Hafiz.
Okay, ji.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.